Yes, it's true. The rumors are true. I'm back. Hello everyone, this is Sean Apollo Clark, and I'm here with the Revamped tutorial part 1 basically, where we're going to be going over Zerg. It's been 11 months roughly since I actually made the first Zerg tutorial, and it's been 6 months since any activities been on my YouTube channel, so I'm back, and Heart of the Swarm's around the corner. Everyone wants to get back into playing Starcraft 2. The tutorials are actually old. They're out-of-date builds, out-of-date strategies. So I'm here and I'm going to update you on how to actually approach playing Starcraft 2 from the Bronze League up. And don't worry, I mean, a lot of people have asked me about Platinum up. I'm doing higher level tutorials, but that will be further down the road. So welcome everyone, this is Starcraft 2. It's a beautiful game, as we can now see we're loaded in. And first things first, we're going to have a quick look at the options menu just to make sure that everything is set up wisely. Before we look at the options menu, I should just lay out what exactly is going on for people that maybe didn't see the previous tutorials. In this, we're going to be looking at the options menu. We're going to be sorting out our settings. There are a couple of new changes from the previous tutorials, such as screen locations are going to be important. Hotkey discussion is going to be more so important, as a lot of people that follow my personal stream, that follow my personal games, know that this is something that I actually underwent a couple of months back, where I revamped my entire hotkey setup for every single race, and that will be displayed throughout the tutorial set of videos here. Once we've set up the options and the hotkeys, we're then going to discuss a little bit about strategies and how to approach the lower levels, and then we'll be moving on to the actual playing here. And we'll be playing as Zerg, of course. Zerg Learning is our account, as you can see in the top right, and we're playing as Zerg for roughly an hour's worth of games today, and try and get as high in the ranks of StarCraft 2 as physically possible within the time frame given. So if we go ahead and start off today then by going to the options, I'm playing in medium to low, and the only reason I'm playing in medium to low, I guess there are some highs in here which we'll set to medium, is because I do stream a lot, and this is the settings that I've gotten comfortable with, and we can just leave that all as it is. It doesn't make as much difference. If you are playing without streaming, without anybody watching, I would recommend to play in low. As previously in the other tutorials, it just makes the game more simple. Graphics, trees blown in the wind, it's not needed. You just want the game as simple as can be. But in this case, we will play it in medium, which isn't too much difference and does make the game look a bit more pretty for guys like you that enjoy pretty things. Moving on to the next tab, sound. I disable music. I don't really like the StarCraft 2 music. If I do play at all, it's going to be with my own music choice. Master volume, of course, is set up well for the recording, which is not something to touch. Don't need anything really in here. You can enable voice chat, disable it, whatever you want. This is controls. This is my own personal control setup. I have 47% on mouse sensitivity. In Windows, I think the mouse bar, when you're going to change the mouse settings, it's like number 5 or something. And then, of course, mouse scroll speed of 43. Don't really use keyboard and drag scroll speed when playing. Disabled Windows key, very important in case you do tap that. Going over to gameplay, show unit health bar is always show the unit health bars or status bars, because you want to know which units are low, medium, and high, so you can actually target down better, to micro better, and to save better. Game timer always on, menu bar unclickable, because you do not want to be trying to drag a box. For example, you go up to the top right, you drag down, or top left, you drag down, and you click on the menu bar and it pops up in your face. I've done that a couple of times. Show game timer, so we can reference specific times in the game. And you want to be saving every single replay. For the games that you do lose, hopefully we won't be losing in this this video. For the games you do lose, you want to be going over to review them, of course. Battlenet doesn't really change anything here. You don't really need to do anything there. And that's the first part done in the options menu. Moving on to the hotkeys, though, this is something which I didn't really do before in the previous ones, because I always just played pretty much straight up and standard. What we're going to be going over towards is the camera. If we come down here on, so we just, from the left hand side, you've got Protoss, Terran, Zerg, Global, then you have camera chat, and you go into camera, and you open that up, and then you scroll down, and you have create location. So create location now is going to be Shift F1 for me. So Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4. And these, you can even go up to here, Shift F5 if you want, oops, Shift F5. God damn it. That's caps lock, that's why. Alright, Shift F5. These locations now, basically what it does, so if you go over a specific location in the game, for example your main base, you go Shift F1, as we just now hotkeyed it up, and then that now creates a location. If you jump to location, we'll have F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. So now we have Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, 4, and 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in terms of F keys to jump to the location. So what this is going to be used for is to hover over your main, natural, third, and fourth, and potentially fifth if you want to, depending on how your keyboard F keys are set up. This is going to enable you to jump between bases really, really fast. It's going to be better for defending drops, for macroing, for just controlling your game better. And I truly, truly recommend it, and I'll actually show you it in the game for sure. So the unbound now, we do have a couple of unbound. Idle worker, because that used to be F1, I think. I put it on when I play tilde. Dude. Alright, so that's next to the 1 on the keyboard, and you're good to go. So we press OK now, and it'll ask you to save a new profile. Zerg tutorial. Alright, active profile updated. Alright, so now we're pretty much ready to go, and we are in Bronze League, and we're going to start climbing from Bronze League. Before we do load in, we're going to talk about strategies. First of all, let's have a look at the map preferences, and this is important. You have 3 vetoes. For a Zerg player, I'd recommend vetoing out Taldra Malta, Condemned Ridge, and for your last veto, maybe Shakira's Plateau. These maps are rarely used in anywhere. In tournaments, you don't see them. Condemned Ringe, you don't see that anywhere. Shakira's and Taldrum are just not so good maps for Zerg players. So you leave yourself with 5 maps. 1 Entombed Valley, Antigua Shipyard, Ohana, Daybreak, and Cloud Kingdom. I'm not going to do it now, but I would recommend, if you are new to playing on these maps, to go ahead and just load them up through the arcade system. So you arcade, and then I guess you can search here for Daybreak, maybe like this. Is that how it works? I guess that's not how it works. Alright, custom games. Alright, so Starcraft custom games. Alright, there it is. Daybreak. So Daybreak. And then it will load up, for example, Daybreak, and then you just go ahead and play Daybreak. So Daybreak LE, Daybreak A, there's different versions. You just find out the right one. WCS Daybreak. And then you just load into the game and actually have a look at the maps. You know where the expansions are, you know the gases are, you know where your opponent's going to spawn and so on, because we're now loading in already knowing that knowledge. So we're going to now start off our game selections of today. Strategy wise, we're going to be playing very macro focused. We're going to be playing very reactionary. We're going to be scouting incredibly hard, but we are going to be playing up-to-date builds. So it depends on what race we get and what map we do. We'll find out. In Bronze League, I expect a lot of people not to know what they're doing for now, and that will rise up a lot and really fast as we do play. So don't take too much scouting information. You don't want to go in and scout, should I say, and see double gases and be like, wait, I thought I vetoed this map. Alright, so you don't want to go in and be like, oh, hey, you know, he's got double gas really early on. This means that he's going for this. No, because people don't really know what they're doing. So take it with a pinch of salt and just play the rest of the game out. Alright, Protoss opponent here on Taldra Malta. First things first, we're going to hotkey our hatchery and just get the drones going and send an overlord up. And now we're going to immediately go Shift F1, this location, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the F keys done. So that's the first thing first. And now if you go F1, F2, F3, F4, F1, F2, F3, F4, you now have these locations already set up and ready to bounce towards. We're going to be going for hatchery first here, because there are really no circumstances that you're going to mess up by going hatchery first. What you could do if you are experiencing a lot of, for example, cannon rushes or something like that. Oh, I did forget, we're playing against Protoss. We're not going to go on hatchery first, sorry. We will be going for a spawning pool first against Protoss, of course. We've gone for a 10 overlords, and we're just going to keep it simple. I'm trying not to play too fast or anything along those lines. Just slow down the APM, a lot of thinking. Second overlord to the natural, because we want to be scouting out if there are any cannon rushes or anything. We're going to be going for like a 14, 15, well probably 15 spawning pool here. And we will also be drone scouting. Every game you're going to be drone scouting, That's because you want to know exactly what your opponent's doing. So we have 2 overlords out now. We're almost at 15 supply, and there's our 15 supply. So with the next 200 or the 200 resources we get, we immediately go ahead and build a spawning pool. While sending out a drone, we've hotkeyed the drone to 1, and we also have the hatchery in our main as 3 and 5, as you can see. We're going to be using 3 as our main hatchery hotkey, and we will hotkey all hatcheries to 3 later on. So we're on 15 supply. We're just waiting to build a spawning pool. So we wait till 200 minerals, and then you can move a drone across. So as you get 200 minerals, you are bringing in the travel distance, so that as the drone gets there, you are ready to build the hatchery. And then you hotkey it up. So what I've done now is I've hotkeyed both of them to 3. I'm using F1, F2 to tab between both. Hotkeyed all to 3, and we've got the waypoint set up where we can control where they go. We want to be going straight for a queen here. And so we're going to go queen, and then we're going to just... I did make a mistake, so we're going to go ahead and extract a trick a Zerglings out. We want 1 Zergling out here. We're going to extract a trick a Zergling out. And what the extractor trick is you take an extractor, you go under supply, then you build a ling, and then you cancel and you go 19 out of 18. Alright, so we have 1 ling building built. We're going to hold the Xel'Nogatau for now with this drone. Or actually, we'll just bring it back. We see no expansion. So first things first is we're going to send these lings to go scout. Because we see no expansion, we will take another gas. Lava inject and send another overlord out. This overlord will hover around his natural just to see. We'll leave a ling on this Xel'Nogatau and let's go scout what he's doing. Because he has not taken a second base, he could be doing something crazy, which is why we're taking gas to get Zergling speed out as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we're going to get into the extractor with 3. We're going to build an overlord. Build an overlord and another queen here, and we're just going to drone up. So we go in and see double gases. We see a cannon in the mineral line. We know that this guy is not, very good at the game. He's very new to the game, of course, being in Bronze League. So all we need to do now is lava inject. Get the creep spread going from base to base. We've got another queen building on the natural here. And all you need to do is, to win the game, you just build a bunch of Zerglings in a moment and you win the game. It's as simple as that. We see a lot of Chronoboosts on the Nexus. We see 2 cannons. It just doesn't make that much sense of play. So what we're going to be doing in this instance here is getting Zergling speed, and we'll just throw down a Roach Warren in a couple of moments' time and a lot of Zerglings. Because there's no way he's going to have enough units to defend against a dedicated assault. So we're going to keep droning up. Oh, he has 1 zealot, and that's pushed us away. We see that he still has not taken a natural, so we know he's still on 1 base, so we're going to throw down a Roach Warren. We do have creep spread starting to move around. We're spreading out overlords just to move them around, get more vision on the map. And we realize that we do have a relatively decent mineral count. So as this Roach Warren finishes up, we're just going to go ahead and make an assault. Make sure we are lava injecting. The way I'm lava injecting here is actually F1, F2, and then just click the click the queen and press V. That's my method of lava injecting. There are different methods that you can use, but that's the one I'm using in this series. We have 1 queen just moving around dedicated to creep spread. As soon as an overlord pops, you hear it, you press F1 or F2 depending on where it popped from, and then you just go ahead and build or move the overlord. We're going to be building a bunch of roaches now, and a bunch of lings. So we're just queuing up, we're just pressing 3, and Zerg Macromaster. So we just press 3, Z and Roach Warren, which is, or roaches, which is R, and then just hold it down and just make a bunch of stuff. I do have a evolution chamber coming, just in case of any form of DTs, or something that could surprise us, but it's going to be very delayed, which is why I have not rushed it down, because, he went for cannons early on, which means he went for a forge early on. The gateway would have been late. His build isn't that strong. So now we're just going to move our way up. We're going to waypoint up now. We're going to keep on hitting our lava inject. So we wait for it to be done. We press F1 and jump there. And now you just waypoint the units across. And this is going to be a very easy win because we don't see any 2 bases, which means he's very low on economy. And he doesn't really know what's up. He's got a +1 attack. So we just wait for our roaches to come in, and this is going to be game 1, pretty much nailed down. So we see Stalkers being warped in, we got our roaches, we just get the roaches in there, we want the zealots to be eaten up by the roaches, and we want the lings to go ahead and do the rest of the damage to the Stalkers. So we come around, we surround the Stalkers, we press S, or we press 3S R, 3S Z, and we just win. You get a lot of units over there nice and early on, and as you can see, unfortunately for this guy, he is in a bit of trouble. And even though he maybe had to push us back initially with cannons and roaches, cannons and zealots, the problem is the reinforcements are making their way across. So you can go F1 to back, F2 to back, get all the units over. If you want to be controlling a little bit, you can pull the roaches back and forth and so on. And that's the first game of the day. So very straightforward game number 1 here. Didn't make sense play from him into execution and just ending the game as fast as possible. So let's just jump straight into game number 2 here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this tutorial. And that things are going as well as you'd hope. Let's make sure this is still recording. Good, we've got no frames dropped as well, so it should be looking nice as well. So we got loaded into game number 2. A random opponent on Shakur's Plateau. I swear to God I videoed these games, these maps. I'm gonna have to check that once we get back in, but the fundamentals still apply. So we build a drone, we spread them across, we send the overlord, and we hotkey the hatchery up. The 2, 3, 4, 5, it doesn't matter which. 3 is just the important. It's just a habit of mine to hotkey everything up there. And we're going to be going ahead and just scouting out really early on. So as a random player, it's nothing you should be too afraid of, as you don't really know what you're doing. You just open up exactly the same. You're going to be opening up spawning pool into hatchery, and then we'll be sending out a drone scout at around 12 supply. And that's all you need to really focus on. So we're going to be going immediately for the overlord at 9 supply. So the difference here is that I built it on 9 this time compared to 10. It's not a big difference, is that I just did drone one more time previously. And then I just got the overlord. It's just a little bit of preference. Previously, I did make a mistake with building an extra drone, which is why I'm just building it on 9 this time. So second overlord immediately to our natural, and we're going to screen location, shift F1, shift F2, shift F3, we're going to be up here, and shift F4 up there. And with a 12 drone, which is the 12th drone made, not supply-wise, we're going to go out and scout. And we're going to try and find out what our opponent is, who he is, what's his name, where's he from. Good luck, have fun, forgot to say that. Alright, so we're at 15 supply, and we'll be building a spawner pool in a moment's time. So, is he over here? We're checking the mineral field. No. So he's in the top right. And you can click the mineral field and see 1500 mined, knowing that nothing's been mined there. We already know he's not there. So this overlord can already go behind his potential natural. And we see an overlord. So we now know that he is Zerg as well. And we go in, and we just see the spawning pool timing here. It could be early, it could be not. It is relatively early compared to ours. So it's looking at maybe a 10 pool here. But that's nothing we're going to be afraid of. We have a spawning pool down. We're just going to come back. Let's just see if he is going to be building. We're going to go hotkey this up. So just grab it. He's not building anything at the moment. No lings are being made, we see that, and he's probably just going to expand now, I guess. Maybe that's what the second drone was for. Doesn't make too much sense. Is he expanded? Maybe not. Maybe that was a drone scout. Okay, he has expanded. So queen, lings, and then an overlord in a minute. And we're using F1 and F2, by the way, to get to these locations. And we're going to take gas of our own. So even though we don't really see him being aggressive with the spawning pool, we can now return back with a drone because everything seems to be okay. We've got Zerglings on the way out. Things seem to be fine. So we grab the Zerglings under hotkey 1, and we're going to shoot across the map now to put a bit of pressure onto our opponent. As an overlord pops here, we're going to get ready to go into gas. 1, 2, 3 into gas. Then we'll build a new queen immediately from the main base. We're going to let that drone just come past. Oh, a couple of links, so we will fight. F1, queen, larva inject, and bring this to the ramp. Where are these links? So we're just going to take the fight here. We're going to be transferring maybe 3 drones down. And now we'll build another queen, and we're going to just go back. So the queen here is killed off the drone, and we're going to run away. And we're going to look at our supply. We realize that we need an overlord in a couple of moments' time, so we're going to build it now. And we also realize that we have 80 gas. We know that speed is going to be 100, so we're just going to save our money to go immediately for speed. So speed is a hotkey M. Queen Larva Inject is hotkey V. And let's have a quick look what he's doing now. So if he's droning, we're going to pick off drones on the natural. No, he's not. We're going to poke into the main and see what he's done. Okay, we have a baling nest coming down. We likewise will build a baling nest. inside our main, and we're going to make sure we are lava injecting. We're hitting F1, F2 to jump back. We're still droning, because at this point in time, our speed is only 20% done, which means that we can't do anything with links at the moment. He took gas roughly 10 seconds before us, which means his speed will be done 10 seconds before us as well, if he got into the gas like he should have. All I'm doing right now is just moving these links around and pressing F1, F2 to come home, and then just double tapping 1 to go back to my units. So he has a gas here, he has a spine crawler in the mineral line for some reason, a very low drone count. So we're now going to build a spine crawler, and as our speed is now about 70% done, as we can see it researching, we're going to start to build a bunch of links. So we go ahead and lava inject into hatchery, and now we build a bunch of links, because we know that our speed is almost done. We might as well take the Zelnaga towers, and in a moment we can actually make an assault, again, to finish the game relatively fast. So we just lava inject again, an overlord's coming in, and we can just go ahead and kill the overlord. And then what we're going to be doing now is, we've got a lot of links coming down. And now we can just come across and we can morph a few banelings. We can leave some at home in case a counterattack happens. And we can make a bit of an assault here and make a bit of an attack. So we're going to pick off that overlord. We come back and we're just going to morph a couple of banelings. We're going to build a couple of overlords. And then you can start to drone again now. We've got links back home to defend. We've got a queen to creep spread like before. You can cancel creep tumors, by the way. 1 finger discount, okay. Alright, so now let's send in these banelings to try and hit the economy line or a spine crawl or something with some link backup. So we're going to bring down the spine crawler and then just go ahead and pick up some drones while 3SD, which is building drones. And now we have a massive lead where we can build a roach warren, evolution chambers. We can go up to Leia now as well. In a couple of moments time, we're going to pick off a queen. So Leia is L. And we pick off a queen, so we've got a massive advantage in this game again. We need to lava inject on the natural. We can take gases on the natural too. And the reason why we're taking gases is because we are teching up now. We have a lot of drones, and we're just going to build some more now as we are taking gases. And we can even take a third base in a moment's time. We have links ready to defend. We have overlords here clumped up, so all you want to do is get them together and just spread them off individually. So I'll do that one more time for you. You get more on 2, and then you just left-click on 1, and then right-click a location. Left-click on 1, right-click a location. And then when you get good and fast, you can do it really, really easy. So right now, we're going to get into our gases. 3 in each gas. The check in the drone count like this, you're basically looking at maybe 1 drone less here is pretty much ideal for you. So we build a bunch of overlords now. And we're going to start to look for an expansion. So let's go ahead and build an expansion up here. And all we're doing now is getting roach speed, maybe a couple of evolution chambers because we didn't get them yet. And just 3SR, building roaches. And our hotkey for our new base is going to be F3. So we hit F3, and then we grab it in as into the actual hotkey group of 3. So I'm trying to play a bit slower, so of course my queen energy is relatively high. Drone count is a little bit low here, look. It's a little bit low, so I'm going to build a couple of extra drones there, 4 drones to actually make that saturated. Evolution chambers are about to finish here, so F1, F2, F3. Let's go ahead and get attack and carapace. And we research 1-1 at the same time. We see that this needs a lava inject, so we F2. F1 is looking good, F2 is good, so we see F1 is near done. Let's build a few roaches and come back to F1, and then let's lava inject. Okay, good, and now we got enough units, we're going to start to make our way across. So we make our way across, and we also press 3 to waypoint immediately over there. We've got a lot of drones now, but we also realize that we don't have any drones over here. You want to be droning before the hatchery's done. So we actually just drone now before the hatchery's done, so you lower the downtime of that hatchery not mining. If you get it smartly planned out, you should be droning about 60% of that hatchery so that drones get there as you're ready to mine from it. So all I'm doing that makes me look fast is tabbing between all 3 bases, F1, F2, F3. And now we're going to make an attack. And we may have too many units already because we hurt his economy early on. We may not have overlords, but don't need overlords. And then we come in, and unfortunately for this guy, that's going to be the end of his game here. As we just overpower him. Spread out against the banelings. And we can just bring the layer down. And then you come back F1, F2, F3, get some gases, maybe drone a little bit more over to this base, so just 3 SD, and hold it down. And we're going to try and bring this layer down. It looks like he's pulling his drones for a last assault. We already have roaches on his natural as well. And then you can just bring these back, attack, back, attack, back, attack, in. Yeah, and more roaches can be made. And as 1-1 is near finished, there's no way he's going to win this game, so... And then on the third base, you can grab 6 drones or 3 from 3 into gases. And now you're at 3 base saturation, really easy. You can tech up to +2, 2. You can go infestation pit. You can do whatever you want. So that's second game done here. And we are so far 20 minutes into this, roughly 20 minutes worth of game time. And we're going to roughly be finishing just past the 2 o'clock mark, as you can see on screen. But so far, so good. We'll have a quick look at this guy. Suppose that he was still in Bronze League. Oh, I can't quite check in time. Never mind. Intoon Valley against a random opponent. So Intoon Valley here is, of course, a 4-player map. And on the ladder edition, you can spawn in any location. So our opponent could be in the top right, could be in the bottom left, it could be in the bottom right. So immediately, we're going to just hotkey up. 3 and 5, we're going to build a drone in a minute, and then we're going to go Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4. So we know where our locations are, and there's it looking really fast. So you can make yourself look like the best player in the world just by hitting this really fast. Alright, so let me say good luck, have fun to him. Good luck, have fun. Likewise, we're going to be sending out an overlord to the top right. We're going to be keeping an overlord on the natural, and we will be drone scouting here on 11 supply or 12 supply again. So,
we require more minerals.
1, 3, 1, 3, F1, F2, F3, F4, 1, 3, 1, 3, F1, F2, F3, F4. That's just the hotkey setup you have at the moment. Second overlord is always going to be on the natural here, remember? To make sure that bunkers don't come down, pylon cannons don't come down, and then we're going to grab a drone now and go scout on the 11th or 12th drone. This is the 12th and 11th at the same time, so we're going to send this one out. We'll send it to the bottom because our overlord's already making tracks towards the top. We're going to be going spawning pool first again here because we don't know what our opponent's playing. It could be Protoss. We don't want to go hatchery first against Protoss because without spawning pool on, he could cannon rush us. He could do anything to us. So we're going to be going spawning pool. And all we're doing is just hitting those F locations to get back in time. 1, F1, 1, F1, 1, F1, 1. That's all it was. Alright, so we see, is he down here? An SCV. Alright, it's not there, but we're playing against Terran. So he's scouted. He's probably in the bottom right by the looks of it with that SCV timing, but I could still be mistaken. So let's go now and take our natural. So we have a drone. I'm going to go take that. And then we're going to hotkey it up immediately. Alright, so now we're just going to wait, and we're going to build a queen and a set of links. So we go in, and this probably is his base. Alright, there's his base. Does he have gas is question number 1. No. So we built a queen and 4 links. We do not see gas, which means most likely that he's going to be going 1 barracks command center. So we'll just go ahead and leave now and let the lings do the rest of the work. Let the lings scout for you. Overlord now can move down, and we're going to try and get towards the back of his bases. So the overlord you sent to the top right now can be gone and sent. Oh, there's the command. We even saw the command center coming down. Can be sent the top right overlord towards the back of his base to check his gases. So we're going to start droning now and get another queen from the main. And we sit on the Zelnogatal for now. Lava inject, F1, and we're just going to have a quick look up the ramp. Maybe if there's one marine there, you could pick it off. We'll have another overlord towards our third base to make sure that it's safe. Transfer a handful of drones down, like 5, and then get ready to build a new queen. And then we want to be getting speed in a couple of seconds time. What do we see down here? 2 marines. We don't want to take a fight against 2 marines. 2 marines beats 3 links, so we need an overlord. We see that. We got gas as well. The reason we're taking gas now, roughly the 4-minute 45 mark there, is because we want to be getting speed out. Speed is, like the previous tutorials, is the way to defend against majority of attacks from your opponent. There's an SCV, so we're going to target that SCV down, and we're just going to keep on building drones. through going one barracks command center, we know that his aggression can't come anytime soon. So we're just going to sit outside his main base with our lings. We're pressing F2 to get back to lava inject. And we'll build another overlord. And what we will do is start to build a couple of lings to break these rocks down. So I'm going to build 4 lings in total to bring these rocks down. We have 3 lings scouting if he comes out his base. And now we're going to take a new third base. The reason why we're taking a third base so early on is because if you look at it, he's playing Terran. He's already got a natural down. We're going to just go ahead and take ours. Third base. We always want to be 1 base ahead or above our opponent. Speed is now done. We can research speed, or 100 gas was now done. We want to be building another overlord and hotkeying his hatchery up, so like that. So you always want each hatchery that you've got to actually go towards their respective base, and then the waypoint to be all together, like that. And just keep on droning for now. We do not have speed ready, so we do not have any reason to build lings at this moment. Well, let's sacrifice 1 ling to see what he's actually up to. A bunker. Okay, so now we're going to move this overlord in to have a quick look at what he's actually doing. We'll take another gas, and we're going to continue to drone and continue to set up our creeps ready. We want to be adding on double evolution chamber as you approach roughly 150 gas, because by the time they're done, you want to be going immediately for 1-1. We notice that we have a lot of drones in the main, so we're going to waypoint down for now to the natural, and we'll get into this gas. Alright, so let's go out ahead and find out what's actually going on here. So continue to drone for now, because we don't need to worry about any attacking units. We'll get another lava inject down here. Another lava inject down here. And then we'll immediately go +1 carapace, and then in a couple of moments you see we can get +1 attack at the same time. With the next gas we're going to get, we're going to be building, or getting a layer, and also the next 2 gases. So we see tank production, most likely. So now we're going to start building links. We're going to transfer to our new base, and we're going to build a handful of overlords. We're going to leave this overlord on his third base, and we're still looking to see if he moves out. We're going to go layer now with the next 100 gas, a lava inject again, and now we're going to take the gases on the natural in. So we notice that our drone count's relatively low, so let's waypoint and drone up to that base there. We have a queen to start creep spreading, and we're going to get that creep spread going. We have a third base up and running as well, but we realize he's going to be relatively aggressive very shortly. Because he hasn't got a third base, he's got attack production down, and all we're going to focus on now is throwing down a baling nest, so we can go for baling speed immediately. We're going to keep up our ling production. There's no reason to drone more than what we have right now. We've got 2 base saturation pretty much, with third base not quite ready to go. But we realize he does not have a new base. So we're just going to be going ahead and lava injecting, just waiting for him to pounce, getting the creep spread ready, because he will move out shortly, he has to. And then we're just going to keep lava injecting. We're going to go ahead and get an infestation pit immediately. As soon as the layer is done, we're going to build a bunch of overlords, 5 overlords in the tab. And then we're going to lava inject again. We're going to build an overseer to make sure that, you know, what he's actually doing. Does he have a third command center or not? And then we're just going to wait now. We know we got the best reaction time possible when he moves out. We can go for 2-2 immediately. You can throw down a macro hatch when you start to get a lot of money, but it's not a problem if you got a lot of money, because we're waiting to build a big army. So we can go 2-2. Let's have a look in the overseer. Let's have a look what he's doing. We can get the gases on the natural now, and then he's just set up very defensively. So it's drone up a bit more then if he's playing defensively. A lot more barracks been added on. We'll use a changing to get within the ranks. And then we'll just look around. Okay, so he picked off the changing relatively fast. So, as we see, he's playing relatively defensively. We can now get into the gases over here. And he doesn't have a command center. We've hotkeyed all the hatcheries together now. And what we're going to start to do is build all our infestors in a couple moments' time. We've got a good saturation now on all bases. If you want to check, you can just drag. You want minimum of 2 lines per base, 2 lines of drones. And we see that's very much possible here. So we've got full scouting information on what he's doing. We've got pathogen glands almost halfway done, and you want to be just getting ready to I've just built 5 more overlords to just max out, basically, to get to 200 supply possible. We're now going to go ahead and get all the infestors out we can, and now build all the lings we can. We're going to add on a 4th base now, because this is the timing of a 4th base, is we want to start to get more gas as we're running out of gas, and we can start to go hive. So we're not really caring about what he's doing in this game. We're just playing our own game. You know, we're scouting, we're checking if he's got an expansion, we'll go check again. We can go up to hive now at 12 minutes here. It's 12 minutes 30 seconds. And we hotkey this new hatchery up and we waypoint across. He's still in a defensive stance, still does not have a 3rd base. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drone about 10 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to this 4th base. So we can take the gases there. And we have a lot of infestors, we have a lot of lings. We're going to go ahead and just check our lava injects. All we're doing is going F1, F2, F3, F4, F1, and we look across. As we see this 4th base is now done, the drones won't quite be ready, but we can take the extractors immediately. We see active creep tumors at the same time, so we're going to move them across. And now we're almost at hive. We want to build a bunch more lings again, and then we just max out with lings. We can go to 3-3 immediately, and adrenal glands immediately. We can go ahead and build the Ultralisk Cavern immediately. You know, this is just streamlined Zerg play. You'd see at the highest level without worrying about our opponent. So he has a 1 Marine coming here. We'll just go pick that off. And he's still not moving out. If your opponent isn't moving out, there's no need for you to go in and kill yourself. That's a mistake that even when my little brother played Starcraft 2, when he played and someone was camping like this, he's like, alright, time to go kill him. I got an army. Well, no, not necessarily. Just get a good army, get a good economy, so you can kill him 10 times in a row if you need be. So he's only at 1-1 upgrades. We got 3-3 on the way. We just sit in our own game. We're good to go. We can now just wait now for the Ultralisk Cavern to be done. What you can do, because we've got so much lava, because our lava injects have been good, just go ahead and attack moving your lings. Lings at this point are expendable. You've got 3,500 minerals in the bank. So go in, wear him down, and then remake them if he comes. So we go in and we just take an assault. Our lings are at 2-2. They're going to do a lot of damage here, as you can see. And we bring down all his marines in 2 tanks. Oh, okay, 1 tank, 1 live. And then what you want to do now is the Ultralisk Cavern finishes. We'll build all the Ultralisk we can with the gas we have, and then we'll just rebuild we'll get the plating, and then we just build all the Ultralisk we can, 5 Ultralisk, and now let's build all the lings we just lost, and we immediately go back up to 177 supply. We come around, we go F1, F2, F3, F4, just making sure we are lava injecting. If you want, you can throw down another macro hatch to keep up with your lava injects. And you can just waypoint them down. So everything's there, your army's here. And now what we're going to do is, as the Ultralisks come out, we're just going to go and end the game. You know, he hasn't got a 3rd base, as we can see. He's still defensive. We got all those links we just lost. We can creep spread a little bit more. And we're just waiting now for these Ultralisks. And we can even, you know, build another set of Ultras. You should, in an ideal world, if you want to play crisp, have a Spire coming down, ready for the greatest Spire. You want to be going for, you know, waiting for 3-3. But anyway, we're going to now get our Ultras and Lings. We want the Infestors on hotkey 2. So we have Ling Ultras on 1, Infestors on 2. So now we're just going to go in and we're going to get ready to attack. So wait for the Infestors to get behind because they are sluggish. Alright, this guy. Alright, and now we just A-move in. And then you get your Infestors, control your Infestors. So Fungal in the middle of his Marines. Fungal the Medivacs. Infested Terrans. Fungal the Medivacs. Fungal the Medivacs. Infested Terrans. And now you press 3SZ and you just build all the lings you just lost. And now you just keep on making Infested Terrans. He's got a lot of defensive siege tanks, which we're going to bring down with Infested Terrans. And then just come back F1, V, F2, V, F3, Shift V. Because you shift so you can get the Queen to do both. And then you come back and V. And now we've broken the line. And this is going to be game. So we just waypoint in, attack move all the lings in. Oh no, he has got the front door down. So all the lings are now in. You can just keep on building. If you get fast at the game, you come back F1, F2, F3, F4, and just keep up the lava injects so you can keep up a good army to have and good army production. All right, so that was game number 3 here, and that was a high level Zerg player, not high level or high level silver. So already starting to make movements in here. So let's go ahead and play another one immediately. Remember, this is a 4-part tutorial. There will be 4 parts of the Zerg, 4 parts of Protoss, 4 parts of Terran, which are revamping all of them with up-to-date recent Starcraft 2 play. So right now we're just getting ready for the next game. We should have time for 2 more games, 2 more Zerg games as we get ready to play. So the game's now loading in. What are we going to play? I didn't check the map preferences again, but it is going to be Daybreak. So we have Slaughter's a random player, and he is favored now. So it could be silver, could be gold. Let's take a sip of my water. Tick, tick, tick. Alright, so it looks like this guy's just got a bit of a slower PC than mine. Show off. It's taking a while. Now's the perfect time to stretch. Ooh. Alright. So we're loaded. It's not quite ready. We have the very basic avatar. Both of us have the same. Playing on Daybreak, we're going to be opening up pretty much the same. Spawn and pull hatchery just...
We require more
don't
minerals.
necessarily need to get Zerg and speed out as early as we used to do, because you used to play smaller maps where speed was so crucial in actually reacting in time. On the old tutorial to the old Zerg one. But nowadays the maps are a lot bigger, so you can get away with spawn and pull alone. So we're going to be going for the overlord towards his gases, because if he's whatever the case is, you don't want to send it in a direct lane to his base, because if he's Terran, a Marine comes and shoots you and kills you. So always just put it to the side a little bit, so it's going to come down that way, that box in the minimap. 9 Overlord again. I'm going to be looking for an 11-12 Drone Scout.
We require more minerals.
Overlord and drone in production. Oh, we didn't do screen location. Screen Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4. Come back to F1 and we build all our drones. And we're going to leave this guy number 2 on the natural. And we're going to send one of these eggs across. So 11, 12 drone scout, because they were the 11th and 12th drone we made. And so it's got 13 popped out at the same time and 14 is still in production. We're going to be on 15 spawner pool again. So we're at 15 supply. And F1, F2, F3, F4. Just tabbing between all them. Let's go build that spawner pool. So 15 spawner pool, we'll go 15 hatchery, so we've got one more drone behind it. And then the drone's going to make its way all the way across to his base. And we're going to scout what he is and who he is. Alright, so we left the overlord here. As soon as we know that he's not going to cannon rush us or bunker rush us, we can already send it to the back of his base. So what is he? Protoss with double Gateway Forge. Alright, so with a Gateway Forge, he could be cannon rushing us still. So we're going to leave it there. And we're just going to come back. Build a hatchery. But it also could be a no-sense build as well. So, one drone beats one probe. So, that was easy. And now we just leave. So, Queen and a couple of Lings. And then we want to be going for an Overlord in a moment's time. We're going to have the Overlord to check if he does expand. He hasn't cannon rushed us unless it's there. Oh, did I just build... No, it's okay. The Overlord's there. Okay, so he hasn't cannon rushed us. We got the Lings out now. Because he's still on one base here, and he could be, or it could be teching up to gases, we also now need to get this Overlord towards the back of his base. What you could do is move this Overlord in the gap between, in between his main and natural, and you could send that Overlord in to check, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to get a gas shortly once we get another Queen out on the natural. We're going to get this Queen here to creep tumor. Oh, alright, there's the cannon. Alright, so now we're just going to build a spine crawl on main, and we're just going to build a bunch of links. So that was kind of a little bit bad of me. I didn't really see that come in, but it can't really work what he's planning to do. Queens have longer range now in this game. We're going to be building a bunch of lings now. Just transfer down, get another queen. So we're just going to be building a bunch of lings now. And unfortunately for him, we're Zerg, so he can't be doing this on creep spread. Creep So this is not going to work. We even get another queen in. And we can come at this angle and bring down this pylon as well. And this isn't going to work for him. So we already got a bunch of lings. Just get another overlord. And as soon as this is over, we're just going to start building a bunch, right? Build a bunch of drones once it's over. But for now, it's not over yet. So we're going to still building lings. So I'm going to lava inject. Gonna come at a different angle now. Bring down this pylon or this cannon. So wrote that one down already. Got a lot of lings being built, and in a minute we'll just go and make an assault. We got to make sure to keep lava injecting. All right. So what we're gonna do now is say get out the game. So. What we're going to do is we're going to build 2 overlords so we can build a bunch of drones after this, and now we're just going to attack. So we're going to attack in here, and this is going to be over. Because we've got a lot of lings, we've got 2 queens backing it up, and now we just go ahead and build a bunch of drones. Like, this is not going to work for him. It was never going to work. We had a spine crawler in position to help against anything like that, and all this is dead. So now we just build a bunch of drones, and unfortunately for him, it didn't work. So now we just come back and we lava inject. We got a lot of money in the bank. You can go ahead and expand now. You could actually grab an expansion before anything now because there's no way he can be aggressive. No way on God's earth. So we go in and we're going to send these lings in. He's going to have to wall off against these lings. You can spread out these overlords and just build nothing but drones. A big amount of drones. Oh, I didn't have this hotkeyed up. That's why I got a lot of lava.
We
Okay.
require more minerals.
Alright, so you can take all 4 gases now. You can do whatever you want. He's going to have to wall in, as you can see. Yeah, he's walled in. So what you can do now is... This guy's going to be a nuisance to us because he will be just walled in tight and it's going to be hard to break up the ramp easily. What we're going to do is just get Zerg speed and just go for a Nidus Worm or something. You know, anything you want to break past the front line. A Nidus Worm on the front. You can go early roaches. He's just adding on more gateways now. You know, he has no plans to play this out long. So, we're just going to go ahead and go straight up to layer now. You can creep spread. You can move the spine crawler down. You can get more creep spread going. We got a lot of drones out now. So I'm just going to go straight for layer. I'm going to go straight for a roach line. I'm going to get Zergling speed in a minute. And then I'm just going to Nidus his main. Keep droning for now. A couple of overlords. Drone saturation in the main. 2 lines on the natural. Not quite. So just make sure that is there. Small gateways coming down. Late second gas. Cannon. Just move this overlord out the way. Move it down here maybe so we can get the Nidus there. If the Nidus doesn't work in his main base, it doesn't matter because we can just go ahead and put it on the natural and where these lings are just roach up the front. So just build a bunch of overlords now because we're going to stop drone production. We've built a lot of drones for this 3rd base, not for the gases on that 3rd base, but just for the minerals on that 3rd base, and the Nidus Worm's going to be ready in a minute. So we're just going to get ready to build the Nidus Worm immediately here. And then we're just going to waypoint across and start our roach production. I want roach speed as well. Oh, I didn't get a Zergling speed, so I'll get that now. And just, you can actually, you know, grab all the hotkeys, double click the tumors, and then just CCC everywhere, which is the hotkey for creep spread, or creep tumors, should I say. Alright, so any moment now, as this finishes up, F1 to lava inject, F2 to lava inject, F3 to go down lava inject. And then we just keep on building roaches now, and we're just going to go straight into the Nidus Worm. And then we can put it, oh, he's got this one covered, not this side. And then we just get a Nidus. If he blocks this off, we just Nidus the front door. So he may block this off.
We require more minerals.
Yeah, he's going to block it off. May squeeze that out. Oh, nothing. Alright, so attempt number 2 is just going to be the front door. Because it doesn't look like we're going to get in on the sides. He's blocked that off. He knows that something like that could happen. So we'll just do it on the front door. And roaches can actually get up there and destroy everything now. So,
We require more minerals.
and then you can even go ahead and put another one in the main as you're doing this, like this. Oh, okay, maybe not. Alright, so let's just power up the front door and break our way through.
We require more minerals.
Just attack, move in. Keep building roaches, keep trying to lava inject. F1, F2, F3. We got another one in his main base here, so let's just get... Oh, maybe not. We can do another one in a minute, once we get the gas. But for now, we're just building a lot of units. We've broken through the front door anyway, and the game is now going to be over. So, unfortunately for this guy, his build didn't quite work, and... Well, how much is nice one? 200? No, 100, yes. Okay, so... You got another one coming in now to back this one up. And no matter how hard he tries, unfortunately, can't beat the Roach Buster. So 3 SR, just building roaches. And we're in again. So kill this down and game over. Alright, so I'm going to try and squeeze one more game in immediately here. We'll check the progress of that last guy as we load into the next game, and we will probably have time for one quick last game before we end up part 1. Let's have a quick look. What level he was at. View leagues and ladders. Oh, okay, so 1v1 bronze. Never mind. I guess the recent changes since last time I did the tutorials are that the MMR is a bit wider range when you search for players, but we have a Protoss player here again. So we're going to be opening up exactly the same. Remember, repetition is key in success in Starcraft 2. So we've hotkeyed up to 3 and 5. Overlord already gone to the natural. Shift F1, Shift F2, Shift F3, Shift F4 on the base locations on Cloud Kingdom here. And we're going to be going for the spawner pool again. We're going to be drone scouting again. You always are going to be drone scouting. Every single game in these leagues, you are drone scouting. Because if we didn't drone scout in that previous game, we may not have seen such an early cannon, or such an early gateway, and forge.
We require more
But
minerals.
it was his mistake, really, to be doing that inside the main base of a Zerg player. He could have done it on the natural, but that's where we had vision of. That's where we actually saw if it was going to happen or not. Because I didn't check in the main base because we're not afraid of the main base. Because he can't keep crawling towards me because of creep, so it's not such a successful strategy. Alright, so Overlord 2 on the natural. Drone 12 at the back here. It's going to go drone scout for us. So here he is. We hotkey him to number 1 because he's priority, and that's my hotkey setup. Number 1 is always priority. There is the probe. At a very normal time, should I say. That's just the pylon scouting probe. And we go into the main base. We're going to be going up front. 15 spawner pool, remember? Looks like he may be trying to block this natural. So 15 spawner
We
pool.
require more minerals.
Yep. Let's go find out. It seems like so far this guy seems to be knowing what he's kind of doing. And then we're going to be going 15 hatchery. With the hatchery, you want to be pulling off the drone at 100 minerals. Even though that's not time to actually build the hatchery, it's time to push him off and build the hatchery at a good time. So he's not going to come and do anything. Let me just come back. So it looks like he's going Nexus first there. We should actually try to get the drone to there. I think I may have messed up.
We require
Okay,
more minerals.
we're going to have to fight. So now you want to be just... Okay, if he's going to do that, just immediately go to the new location. And then we're just going to go Queen, Lings. And so already got a new hatchery up. We're going to hotkey that up already and just waypoint down. And we're going to prevent him from going hatchery first, Nexus first as well. So those Lings can go kill that. And you guys... Oh, I built too many. Oh, maybe it's okay, actually. I built too many links. But that's going to be okay, I think, because we could actually go to the front door after we kill this pylon. Oh, I didn't build a queen. Okay, so there's the Nexus down. We'll kill this pylon, and then we're just going to go towards the base. This Overlord can go to our 3rd hatchery to make sure that it is safe. And then we'll go build a 3rd hatchery already. Well, that's a very late forge, so we're definitely going to use these 6 lings in an aggressive manner to try and do something here. Meanwhile, we're just droning up behind. We hotkey all 3 hatcheries together, all 3 respectively waypointed in terms of the orange line towards their base, and we just keep droning. We can go ahead and build a queen. Oh, we're just going to get straight in here, aren't we? Just going to bring that pylon up. This could be game over right now. He's going to have to pull his probes down. Alright, so lava injecting. We want another queen. Oh, not there. Queen over here. We want an overlord in a minute because 23 out of 28. So bring this cannon down as well. And unfortunately for him, he went Nexus first and tried to pylon block.
We require more minerals.
Okay, he's cancelled it. So let's just go in the main now. And behind this, we are nothing but droning. You're trying to get back to F1, F2, F3 to lava inject. And if you can lava inject and build overlord and continuously build queens, continuously build drones at this point, you are going to win the game easy. So that's all I'm trying to do right now, is distract him. Going to bring down this pylon. Going to just drone up. And we could actually, at this stage of the game, drone all the way up to... oh, crap. Alright, get surrounded. I was saying drone all the way up to 60, 70 even. And, you know, go crazy. Do whatever you want because he is so far behind now, unfortunately, for him. So far behind. Like, this is really, really bad for him. So all we're going to be doing now is, usually you'd be saying, alright, well, at this stage of the game, this is when Stefano takes gases at 6 minutes, right? Well, no, not in this game because it's so late. The gateway's late, the pylon's late, the cybercore's going to be late. We're just going to drone up now and we're going to put a 1 minute plus on everything. We're going to play, he's probably like 1 to 2 minutes behind, and we're going to play 1 minute behind, if that makes sense. So we're actually going to take everything 1 minute later than it should be taken because of how far behind he is. But the benefits of that is that we have a sick economy. So we're taking gases at 7 minutes now. We'll throw down a roach one and evolution chamber at 8 minutes. Keep lava injecting. We'll get another queen built so we can creep spread. And we're going to keep on droning. We're going to get into these gases now. And we keep droning because there's nothing he can do. Nothing in God's earth he can do to be aggressive. The cybernetics core is just now coming down. So all we're doing now is, you could actually go for a really greedy build from this stage of the game. So keep on droning, and what we're actually going to do now is just go all 6 gases. All 6 gases, we're going to go up to layer, and we're going to go Mutalisk. Really, really hard Mutalisk, which he can't defend. There's no way. We have an overlord heading toward his main base to make sure that we are going to be scouting as well, just to make sure we are good. And we're going to creep spread now, outwards. We're going to keep on droning, because guess what? He can't do anything. He can't do anything to stop us droning. So a big, big round of drones just kicked in there for me. And then we can add on Ling speed later on. You can get a macro hatch now as well. And the Mutalisk count we're going to have, because of the amount of gas we have here, is going to be pretty damn deadly, that's for sure. So right now, our drone counts, I'm always checking my drone counts. 2 lines, 1 drone in the main, 2 lines on the third. Just under, but that's fine. So we'll go Spire now. We're going to build like 1 million overlords. I just built 9 overlords because we don't need to build money in units. We're going to go in scout just to make sure. We don't need to build units. You can go take another hatchery in the top left now because there's just nothing he can do. It's a terrible situation for him to be in, unfortunately. He's got a void ray coming. Oh, this is disastrous. Disastrous. Double Stargate. Oh my golly gosh. What has he walked into? With the Spire going to be done soon. Oh dear me. So you hotkey up this new hatchery. You can get ready to send some drones over there maybe. Oh, I feel so sorry for this double void ray guy. Alright, so and this is basically just how this game worked out, and that's a little bit unfortunate, but what can you do? The robotics facility coming down very late. Got a lot of overlords, just send them in the top right or something. Spire's almost done. You can build 4 more overlords if you want to go straight to 200. You can go expand again. You just, do whatever you want. I mean, you could build down 3 hatcheries in the main, but we're going to build 15 or 14 Mutalisks straight away with a +1. So +1, and then just build a bunch of Mutalisks. And then you can just basically, I mean, there's no boundaries. I'm going to drone up over to this base over here now and just take another set of gases. We'll hotkey up this hatchery as well. And you got 600 minerals still you can use. You can throw down 2 macro hatches. I don't know what to do with money. Just do whatever. Do whatever, guys. So, just throwing down money everywhere, just hotkeying them all up to 3. And now with the Mutilus out, we're just going to make a charge. We'll waypoint all this stuff over here, just to keep on making Mutilus. Take the gases on our new base in the top left. Take gases in the middle as well. And just walk in, basically. And the Void Rays are going to fall pretty fast. Wherever they may be. Oh, they're an unnatural. Okay, well, we'll use our new useless that are on the way out to kill them and learn to play as called, unfortunately. Alright. A funny way to end this, as we do end up today's part 1, as we do beat a Silver League player there at the end. And so far, so good. I hope that you've enjoyed part 1. Do make sure to follow or subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can make sure that you do know when the next one's going to be out, and the Protoss one, the Terran ones. You can also follow me on Twitter, which is ApolloSC2. And that's it, done here for part 1. I hope you enjoyed it. The next one will be coming out very shortly, so stay tuned, eyes peeled on when that's going to be happening. And I hope you've enjoyed this part 1 of the Zerg tutorial. I'll see you guys soon.